Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics. Beautiful morning. If you watch my video of making big money with clunkers, here's going to be one that we're going to flip. Bought it $500 off of Facebook Marketplace. It runs and drives. $500 with a title. The only problem, they said, or major problem, is this right front is clicking, clacking, making noise. Said it was the hub. We don't know yet. Something in there banging around. I went over it a little bit in the video where I bought 5 clunkers, but we're going to go over it a little bit more detail in this video and go over what it needs. Now, when you buy one of these, you got to figure what condition you want to sell it in, because the more work you do to it, the more money you're going to have to make, and it lessens your profit. Like a dealer on YouTube there, he sends them all out. He'll send it to Mako. He'll send it for new tires. He'll send it for a $300 detail. He'll send it for a $200-300 window tint. Sends it all out to all these places, and then he loses his ass and wonders why. Okay, so you can't do that to these cars. You got to decide to how to maximize your profit with less work. You don't want to, like I said, do all that kind of all unnecessary stuff. You want to clean it up, but do it yourself. I mean, anybody. I can teach my German Shepherd here to run a vacuum and spray some Windex. So, you know, you don't need to sub that out. Just spend an hour or 2 or 3. You know, here's an example here. All you got to do is vacuum that up, put the pennies in your pocket. We'll probably do nothing with this seat. The rest of the interior is pretty good. That seat there, it's a little messed up. Everything's power. I did check it. All the windows work. Seats work. I'll just open up the doors here and show you. Got a steering wheel cover here. These are pretty nasty. I do have a water steam cleaner thing, but I'm probably not gonna mess with that. I don't know what this is. Is that a radio too? Source seek. You got a radio and a AC stuff back here. Okay, this is the little, it's probably broke, and the one wire for the third brake light. Okay, I don't know exactly how these things mount. But anyway, this goes right here. Let's jump up here. We'll clean all this crap out. And okay, there's a little plastic clip there and there. We're gonna mount that on there. We got a JB weld it. That's what we're gonna do. Not gonna dick around. Okay, the car, it's from up north. It's got a little bit of rust everywhere. This is the worst spot here, this corner of the lift gate. And other than that, it's got just this little rust on a lot of stuff. Okay, so yeah, you can see there's all dirt here in the jams. We'll blow it all out, Windex it, see all this stuff. Okay, let's see if I can open this hood. Last time I had a problem with it. I don't know why it doesn't. We're gonna have to adjust the hood latch too, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's got the 4200 straight 6. GM did that for a couple years. Okay, let's see here. This has got a remote starter. Okay, this is a little rust and stuff up north cars get. They don't get them down here. Little rust and crap up there. Little rust here on the hood lip starting to come through. But people down here won't notice any of that. They're not used to it, and they won't even notice it. Plus, it's just an old cheap car. So, you know. Okay, we're gonna check the oil. Let's do it here. I haven't even started it today or anything yet. I hate these dipsticks. It looks like it's full. I'll check it again a few times, wipe it off, make sure. We'll check the, so you want to check all the fluids. I'll check the antifreeze. Well, it looks like it's got some in it. This is the overflow here. Yeah, it's all full of antifreeze fluid. The guy said it did have a power steering leak, and he filled it up. He charged the battery and filled it up the night before I came and got it. So, you know, we don't, and it did drip on the trailer. So it's gonna drip fluid. We'll see where it is. Oh, here's the power steering here. We'll see if we can find the leak. If not, we might just sell it as is. Just top it off before you sell it. Hate to, but if it's going to be too much trouble. We got the other rim and underneath to match this one. And the center cap is in the back. So here's the rim. The tread looks good on the tire, but it's flat. So we're going to take that off and check it. See if I got my own tire machine, patches, plugs. We'll probably fix that tire. If not, I got a whole stack over here, and we'll replace it. Okay, so let's start this up, cold start, and we're going to drive around the property. And I got a telescoping handle on my camera, and I'm gonna stick that out the window so y'all can hear the noise on that right front. Let me stick my phone here. Okay, remember what I did with the key. Give it a cold start. Oh, and the other problem is this. I start her up first. Starts right up. Uh-oh. She's low on. She's already low on fluid. Kitty, get out of here. Come on. Come on, get out of here. Come on, get out. Okay. Puppy thinks we're going for a ride, but we're not. Okay, there's the windows. The rear windows do work. Yeah, she's already low on fluid. Okay, so the gauges are all screwed up. I think the volt works, temperature works, RPM works, but the speedo, oil, and gas gauge don't. So we don't know how much fuel is in there. It's just reading below empty with the fuel low light coming on. We can take that apart, and usually, well, I don't know how easy this one's going to be to take apart. I don't want to spend, I think we may have to take this whole thing off here. We can take it off, and it's either bad connections, solder connections, or dirty. and we can clean that up and see if it'll work. If not, you can buy this whole thing. I think they're probably around $100 on eBay, because GMs are known for these cages to screw up. But it's usually just connections. We may do that. Probably be best to do that. Do that. Let me see here. That was a radio. The radio works, but it seems like the antenna's not plugged in. I think I checked the AC here. Blower motor comes on. I don't know, I'll check that out better, but I don't think the AC is going to work. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay, so let's just drive it. And it is, like I said, it is four-wheel drive. Oh, here's for the rear fan or something. Okay. Hear that noise? I'm going to turn around up here. Hear it? Over dogs barking. Okay. Let me get this out. Let me back up a little bit. Stick this out the window so you can hear. The steering's getting harder. Okay. We stick this out here and you can hear the front. Okay, seems to do it more when it's turning, and it almost sounds like a strut. So what we're gonna do, here, right there, I gotta move my truck and my Jeep out of the way, and we're gonna, I can hear the rear AC blower kicked on. Let's see what else. The windshield's got a crack way up here across, but it's not in the line of vision or anything, so it should be okay. I don't know. I didn't check all these buttons. It's loaded. It's got every little friggin' thing on there from 2004. Okay, so got a big trailer hitch on there. Roof rack. And it'll be easy for me to sell this because I'm not in love with it. Don't want it. It's four-wheel drive, but I got two of these Jeeps that I've had for years and I drive them. I don't need a four-wheel drive SUV. This is a little bit messed up here. but we're not going to do anything to that or that. We're not going to do no paint and body work or nothing. I think we're just going to get it mechanically decent and send her on down the road. Yeah, so I do like to keep cars. I don't know, I got 15 or 20 that I'm keeping, mostly classics. But I got a lot of drivers, trucks, Jeeps, stuff like that. But this one, there's no love for it, so I'm not going to keep it. No good to me. So we're just going to get it running, driving decent, send her on down the road, see what we can get for it. Now, what is it worth? I don't know. The car market's so screwy. It's crazy. I look in marketplace and somebody's got an old raggedy truck they're asking $7-8 grand for. It's like they're not. Do they get that for it? No, I doubt it. I doubt it. Oh, mirror's broke. The only problem is I don't have any of these in parts. I got my junkyard's over here, but I don't have any Trailblazer stuff. Put a little silicone or something on there and put a screw in here. That's probably what I'll do. I don't know. So okay, I'm gonna move these vehicles out of the way, bring this up here towards the garage, and we're gonna take off the right front tire. Check it out. Might be a pain in the ass being all rusty and everything, but we'll check what it is. Strut, bearing, hub, something like that. I don't know why it's got the spare. Oh, that's the other thing. We'll have to check all these. Got 2 studs busted off here. Or something. Something's going on here. It's 6 lug, but he's only got 4. Why the spare is on this left front when the right front's... We'll probably take off both of them. Well, we'll have to take this off anyway to change it. And check them both out. Check out the struts and everything. Okay, so I think that's all we'll go over now. So let me get that stuff done. I don't know if this is the antenna or is that for a satellite or something. We'll have to check out that radio and see if the antenna's plugged in. I don't know if that's the antenna or it's got one in the windshield or something. Or oh, is it here? It's here and it's busted off, I believe. Yep, there it is. That's the problem. Completely busted. I may have one of them. Okay, so let me do that. Let me get her jacked up, wheels off, and I'll come back and we'll take a look at it. Okay guys, you see the leak there? Need to put a plug in it, take the tire off the rim and put a patch. Anyway, that was the spare. It didn't have the deal to lower the spare. So I got this out of my truck. Takes a square deal like that. Goes in this hole. I doubt that's the right jack. So if I got to go to the junkyard for any like hub parts or anything like that, I'll pick one up. If not, the new owner's going to deal with it. Okay. I got the wire. Here it is here. Here's the wire to that. Okay, this has got a piece of 2-way tape along here that goes right along this window. This clip goes into here. It may pop in there, but we're going to put a little JB weld around there and there. That's for them too. These two here, they clip in right in here. So we're gonna put some two-way tape on there, some JB weld there and there, clip it into here in the back, fold her down, tape her up, but connect this wire and tape that up real good first. Tape that up like that and stick it in there. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do with that. Gonna patch the spare, put it on the right front, stick this one underneath the truck for the spare, and I'll be back. Well guys, I just caused myself a lot more work. I was jacking it up here and it slipped off, went here and pushed that radiator and shroud way up. You can see the shroud's busted, but it really smashed that radiator. I think the power steering's leaking over here. I seen a little bit of fluid drip before this debacle happened. Yeah, push the radiator way up here. Big chunk here's out of it. And there's the shroud busted there, so looks like I'll have to. Okay, I took the brakes off. I noticed some brake shoes in the back, and sure enough they put new brake shoes on, but that wasn't the problem. Well, I was turning it like this and it was rubbing, so I took the brake off. But look at this hub. This whole, that's where the it's supposed to be, but you see the hub. So let me take this off, the rotor off. Probably take this big nut off here and see what we need to do to replace that. I don't know why that's turning like that. It's in dry park. I don't know if it's supposed to be turning or not. Anyway, let me get this apart. Oh, and I got the instead of using JB weld, they just used a bunch of silicone clipped. Clip those two clips in here and here, put some silicone around the top, some two-way tape around here and some silicone behind it, put some masking tape. I think that'll hold. So we got that done. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. You can see see it moving there. Trying to get this big nut off here, and then there's 3 bolts there. And yeah, they're not coming out easy, being from up north. It's all rusty. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, these are 2 seals right here that were laying in there. I guess they went out. And then there's, you can see all the bearings all loose. She's loose as a goose. See it? So that's the culprit right there. Last time I bought some hubs who were cheaper, or they sold them just by the pair. I bought a pair for HHR. So I'll have to see. I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's just in there because it's in 2-wheel drive, so it just spins. Everything's just all rusty. I mean, if this was mine, I was fixing it up, I'd replace all this stuff, struts and A-frames, because everything's just rotten mess. But anyway, I'll check on the prices of these hubs and get 1 or 2 of them and fix it up. So I will be back. Okay guys, I can get 1 hub for $44.95 or a pair for $62. So I went ahead and ordered a pair because they got the studs on them, and This one here is missing two anyway, and might as well replace both hubs. This one, I don't know, I don't have it jacked up, but it's probably on its way out anyway. Radiator was 80 bucks and the shroud was 50, you know, plus tax, so about $140, $150 screw up busting the radiator. I pulled the shroud here. Okay, so I gotta wait about 4 days for all them parts to get here. Get a gauge cluster rebuilt or whatever, 100 bucks, or you could get it, you can send your old one in and they'll do it for 68. Probably take this one apart and see if we can clean it, see if we can see any bad solder connections, stick it back in there. So it might be another 100. We just got an antenna to round up and clean it up. We'll start cleaning it up here, vacuum all this stuff up and Windex the inside, and wait 4 or 5 days, and then we'll just take her for a test drive, see how she does. But anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, parts arrived from eBay. Here's the shroud and radiator. Both look good. Okay, here's the pair of hubs. One's still in the box there. Comes with the little sensor deal already built in, and the studs and everything. So I'm gonna put this on first. Then I put the radiator and shroud in there, and then I may do the other side. I did patch the tire. I don't know if I mentioned that. I plugged it first and it still leaked, so I took it off the rim and put a regular big patch in there, aired it up, and it's not leaking. So we'll put that on this front when I do that hub. We'll be doing that hub because the 3 studs are broken anyway, and by the time you screw around changing studs, you might as well just change the whole hub over, and probably be a good selling point. Sometimes like that, I would just throw the other extra part in the back and give it to the new buyer. Yeah, then we'll throw that tire back underneath here, and then do the inside, the dash thing there, see if we can take that apart, clean it up, vacuum it out, clean it up, stuff like that. But yeah, we'll take it for a test drive once we get these hubs and radiator in there. Okay, so I'll be back later. Okay guys, got this new hub on. I started taking this one apart, took the wheel off, took the spare, put it back, took 2 studs off the new hub, just popped them out. They came out pretty easy, and stuck them on here, so we got all 6 lugs on there. I didn't want to bother. The hub on this one was good. Okay, so we got that. This thing's been whacked in the front pretty good. It's all, you can see this bar here. This is supposed to line up to that. So I took the grill out. This one doesn't. This one's over here where it needs to line up. So I'm gonna stick some screws in there, but got a couple of problems. There's the old radiator and fan right there. This is the new one, but this fan is warped. So you got to put a little pressure on that to keep it away from it. But it attaches to the radiator. So it looks like this bent this. These things here, there's 2 rods that connect to this, and then this rubber mount goes on for the radiator, and it's pushed in too far, so we can push the radiator back about an inch. It'll clear that fan even though it's warped. So I'm gonna have to do that, pull this back. Radiator wasn't an easy job. I had to take off this thing here, these bolts, 2 bolts there. I did bend this back a little bit, but apparently not enough, or not enough to make a warped fan work. Condenser looked okay, but we don't know, because it's AC don't work. It's out of Freon. So the fluid is dripping. Power steering fluid is dripping right here, and it's coming in here, and what it's got is a power steering cooler here, and I didn't see it, so it must go in front of the condenser somewhere. So we're gonna take this bumper off. There ain't much holding it. Or is that it? Is that it there? I think that's it right there. It's obviously leaking. Probably got a rock through it or something. So we're gonna figure that out. I got a bunch of coolers. Maybe take the one off the 2001 Silverado if it fits. But anyway, there ain't much holding this bumper. We're gonna take that off, check out that cooler, put that on, then we'll have that leak fixed. Yeah, see these headlights here, they all attach to this piece here. It's all kind of busted. So we got to put some screws in there to keep it half-ass tight. Okay, so let me do that and I'll be back. Okay guys, I took the front bumper cover off. She's been whacked pretty good here. This whole core support area. And there isn't even a bolt. It's supposed to be a big bolt nut through there. It ain't even there, probably because it don't line up. This area, the bumper support is all mangled up. It was only held in by 2 screws. It had 2 screws there and 1 screw on the other side. That was all that was holding it on. That thing would have fell off down the freeway. We got a little Bondo or something there. But the main culprit here is this power steering cooler. It's leaking in there somewhere. It's all rusty. Got 2 rubber lines right there. So I think I'm just going to cut it off there and just tie the lines together. I could probably rig up some other type of cooler, but probably just leave it. Okay, had to modify this little thing so the guard here could go back, and then I just zip tied it up here so the fan won't hit anymore, the shroud. Okay, and this lines up pretty good this way, and it needed to come over this way a little bit. I moved it over. I don't know how good it is, and try to line that hood up. But yeah, you can tell she's just been all messed up pretty bad. That condenser's probably leaking, is why the AC ain't working, but oh well. Hopefully I'll sell it when the cooler weather hits. So anyway, I'm gonna figure out this power steering thing, and see, this piece here is all busted, and I'll be back. Okay guys, a few zip ties and she's looks like new again. I put some zip ties on this bumper to hold it in, put them screws back to where they were. I mean, I don't think she'll fall off, but she does oh well. This headlight was out. The end of the headlight plug was all burnt, but I plugged it into the bulb and it worked. So we got the headlights working. When I was running it run out of gas. I put in, had about 3-4 gallons of gas, and the gas gauge actually did work. It went up a little bit. So the only, I don't know if the lights are going to work on here or not. The only one that's not working is the oil and the speedometer. And I don't know if I can, oh, there's the mileage there. 216,000. Sometimes it'll flash in the camera. But anyway, the odometer is working. 216,000 3. I don't have my glass. Let me get my glasses. $216,303. Sometimes the speedometer, take it apart and just hit that, it'll go back to 0. Just kind of push it back and it'll stay there. It's usually an electrical problem that caused that to bounce all the way over. And for some reason it's not coming back. So anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna spend $100 on one of these. I'll see if I can get the speedometer to work, and that's probably about it. And we'll take it for a drive and see how it drives now. And make sure that headlight's working. Yeah. See, this one's it had a Sylvania with a blue. It was blue. That was out of the 2001 Silverado. I may change this one over, but probably not now. Yeah, so I think we'll just take it for a little drive around the property here. Make sure it's okay. If that works out, I'll put some more gas in it, and we'll take it for a drive way down the road. See how it does at higher speeds. And see if I get that speedometer to work. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else. Oh, the antenna and that one mirror's loose, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. I don't feel like digging underneath all that dash and taking all that whole cable and everything apart. But anyway, I'll be back when I figure out what else I want to do with it. Okay guys, taking it on a ride. He's a little sluggish, don't have much power. Check engine lights on, but I haven't run the codes yet. Probably needs a good tune-up and everything. But it's driving good, pretty straight. Shifted through all the gears. Co-pilot with me. Downshifts. Put some gas in it. Gas gauge is reading quarter tank now. Put about another 4 gallons in there. Railroad tracks. There's a little banging on that left front. It's not the hub though. Just banged over the railroad tracks and it banged on my property. I don't know, it could be the strut or something, but driving normal on the road like this, it doesn't make any noise. Might be a bad selling point on a test drive though if they hit a big bump. This road used to be really, really rough. It dead ends into the lake here. And they repaved it a while back, 6 months ago. That'd be a good spot to come do burnouts. Not in this, but... Okay, we'll do a Huey Lewis in the news here. Uh-oh. Either low on power steering fluid or that hose didn't hold. Got power steering fluid now. Probably just low. It shifts kind of weird. Okay, well, I checked the transmission fluid, run the engine codes. I don't know if I'll do anything else mechanically to it. Still need to clean it up. Got all dust and crap on it. Might try to fix the gauges. But anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, we'll read these codes. Got an on-off switch there. I don't know what that's for. There's a wire connected to it. Okay, anyway. Throwing 3 codes. PO300 random misfire. PO171 system 2 lean. PO300 random misfire. System 2 lean. Misfire. Could be an O2 sensor. Or it could just mean there's the service engine light right there. I topped it off with power steering fluid, but no, it doesn't seem to. Yeah, anyway, it says service engine soon light. I don't know if I want to put spark plugs in it, and I might. It probably needs it. It seems like it's been neglected. Okay, well, let me figure out what I'm going to do to it. I'm definitely going to clean it up, vacuum, Windex, dash, door panels. Might get some spark plugs for it tomorrow or something. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, guys, typical. Check the transmission fluid, nothing showing on the dipstick. Took about 2 quarts. Typical neglected thing. Okay, I took all this off, took the gauges out. I just now put it back in. I went through the oil thing and took my finger and pushed it over, and it stayed to 0. Turned it on, it went up. But I turned it on and off. Every time you turn it on and off, it goes up farther and farther. After about 6 times, it just pegs out. Same thing with the odometer. I just took my finger and pushed it all the way over here. You can kind of feel the little motor thing in there clicking. So I don't know what it's going to do when you drive it. Whether it's going to go up and stay there, or... But surely it wasn't pegged at over 120 before. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to worry about it too much. I had the stereo pulled out. If you pull it out, it works. Station comes in. Then you push it all the way in and it just buzzes. Just like that. You pull it out a little bit, and I got it screwed back in there too. I didn't even know they made these things, but I bought it for, I think that 72 Nova. And you plug it in, it's an antenna, plug it in, and then it has that little deal you can stick it up here or wherever, or stick it in your glove box if it'll work. And I think I bought 2, and I used one for the Nova, and I can't remember what I did with the other one. Anyway, I think I'm going to order another one and do that. So I'm going to leave this apart till I get that. I don't have another exact antenna to fit that. Silverado and a 2000 S10 Blazer are different. So it's just sheared right off. I get that. Give me enough time to do the spark plugs. I vacuumed it out a little bit, but now it's getting dirty again. I wiped it down a little bit. Okay, well I'll be back later. Okay guys, went and got some spark plugs from AutoZone. Got Auto Light Platinum, $4.49 each. Okay, I just had to watch a quick video. They're under here, straight. In fact, that's one right there. Well, that's two back there. You take off that 10mm bolt right where my finger's at, and that's the coil. You lift it up, spark plug straight down in there. So there's two there, and there'll be four here. One's kind of hidden underneath this, not this, but the little wiring cover. Okay, so you got to, I don't know, this guy took the whole air cleaner and everything off. But you don't have to. You just, I think you can just undo this here, pull it back, and you got two 10mm, one there and one over here. And you prop that cover off and pull it. But yeah, we'll take this off anyway to check the air cleaner. As like I said, it's acting like it's kind of sluggish. It could be air, could be spark, could be a clogged catalytic converter. But once I get this stuff off here, I'll come back and show you. But that's the plan for today, or the next hour or so. I'll be back. Okay guys, here's the air cleaner. She's pretty filthy. Got an air blower here. Blow off the engine. If I thought about it, I would have got a new air cleaner and some throttle body cleaner to clean all this out here. He looks pretty bad. But anyway, these are the spark plugs. You got to pry this up to get the 110mm here. And it's like a boot. You pull it up, get your socket in there. So anyway, yeah, Delphi, they all look original. Except this one don't say Delphi on it, but the rest do. We'll check for any little vacuum leaks, stuff like that. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the plugs changed. They didn't really look too bad. These were the back ones. These are the front ones, didn't look bad. But seems to run about the same. Cold start, but I guess I probably should have checked the coils, but just unplug them one at a time. I may try that. Check these stickers here. Doherty College. It's in Sioux City, Iowa. 2010, 2011, 29 parking. So yeah, she's from Iowa. Don't know how long it's been down here, but anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, like I mentioned, I got a title, Texas title with this, and I knew there was going to be a bit of a problem because the guy I bought it from never put it in his name, and it was dated over a year ago, and he never put it in his name. So I knew there was going to be some type of penalty. The other problem was, I guess he had it in his pocket for I don't know how long, and it rubbed off one of the VIN numbers, one or two of the VIN numbers. But the title also has another document number on it. So when the DMV checks the document number, they get the VIN number. So it's kind of verified. So I went down to the Texas DMV and I figured, well, instead of passing this crappy title over to somebody else, I'll just put it in my name. And you can put a car in your name in most states, I'm not sure, but in Texas, you can put it in your name. It's called the title only. It means you don't have to pay for new tags, don't have to put insurance on it. They just send you a title in your name. Now it should cost $13 application fee, and the title fee is $15. Should be 28 bucks. Then you got to pay the tax on the vehicle, which they charge me $61.25, and then a sales tax penalty fee $6.13. Now here's the deal here. There's the big kahuna. $250 delinquent transactional penalty. I don't know what 2008 means. I think it's just 2008. Must be a document number. Anyway, it was $345. Then I will get the title in my name. Then I can sign it over to whoever buys it. So there's no title jumping, any of that terms you want to call it, open titles, crap like that. But I figure there's enough meat on the bone here for not only me to make a profit, but for the government to get their cut too. So it's probably, I think it was about 1,100 bucks I had in this. Bought it for 500, $345 for that mess. Then the hub and the radiator and core support, I think it's about 1,100. Oh, and there was something else, $40, $50 for something else. So anyway, yeah, if you're going to be flipping cars, I won't go into too much detail. Ask some questions if you want. Every state's different. Texas years ago used to be, you could have 13 cars. You could sell 13 cars that were in your name in a year without getting a dealer's license. Other states, like I said, may be different. So you don't need a dealer's license to flip cars unless you're going to flip a lot of them. I don't really flip that many. Especially the last couple of years, I really haven't done much. May get into it more. May get some type of license if I do it more, but a lot of the times I just scrap the cars. Saves going through all the hassle of trying to sell it, and I make just as much money. Okay, so I think I'm going to end this video on that because it'll take, they said, a couple weeks. I'll get the title in a couple of weeks. So I'll end this video now, and then I'll make another one or give an update in another video or something in a couple of weeks when I get the title, and then I'll wash it up. No use washing it up now. Use my pressure washer. We're going to clean off the engine and all underneath the hood. Finish off the interior. I vacuumed and wiped it down a little bit, but if I wash it and stuff now, it'll just get dirty because I'm bordered by 3 dirt roads. So I'll wash it when I get the title and everything ready, and then take some pictures, put it on Facebook Marketplace again, and see what I can get for it. Let me know what y'all think it's worth. We seen the did some surgery on it, got to see underneath its skin, seen that it was all whacked and damage under here. Doesn't really affect the driving or anything, but, and then we got to see the rust, being from So I don't know if that'll affect the value too much on it here, down here, because like I said, I don't think people really will notice it. But let me all know what you think. Think I could sell it for. It's really hard to say, because these older vehicles are in all different types of shape. There was one on there this morning for $1,200. The engine was knocking, you know, so that doesn't give a value of what this is worth. This one's, you know, she ain't no cream puff, but it runs and drives. Somebody doesn't overheat, anything like that. It's not banging around no more. So somebody can, you know, hop in it and drive it and back and forth to work, A to B type car. And more than you can do with one that's the engine's knocking or other problems. There's no major problems with this one. So, you know, AC doesn't work. What it would take, I don't know. I'm not Freon used to be $4.99 a can, now it's $8.99, so I'm not going to spend the money charging it up, and if it leaks, and it's just a waste. In a couple of weeks it'll be down in the 80s, probably won't need AC, and whoever buys it can mess with something like that. So take all that into consideration. Tell me what y'all think it's worth, what I should put it up for sale for, and I guess that'll do it for this video. Like, it's getting long also, and I'll do an update later on. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next video.